Walvis Bay is known for a lot of things. From a commercial point of view, it has a large harbour. Tourists come here because of the bird life, the boat rides, and of course the dunes. But there's a different reason for motorsport people to consider Walvis Bay an interesting destination. It's here that some of the cross-country teams come to test their Dakar vehicles. And it's exactly the reason why we've come here, together with Ford Racing, to check out just how good and how reliable their Ford Racing Ranger is going to be for next year's 2014 Dakar Rally Raid. Testing a locally developed Ford Racing Ranger built to Dakar specifications by Neil Woolridge Motorsport are local heroes Chris Visser and Jaapie Badenhorst and South American Dakar aces Lucio Alvarez and Ronnie Grauer. These two crews will spearhead Ford's official Dakar participation in 2014. Germany-based South Racing will be supplying the logistics, and we asked the outfit's Scott Abram how the Dakar onslaught came about.
Well, got in touch with Neil. He had a beautiful car sitting in the workshop, which was ready to go to Dakar, and we managed to secure good driving crews, Lucio Alvarez and Chris Visser. And yeah, we find ourselves 8 weeks later in the Namib Desert in the dunes testing the Ford Ranger. I think in terms of a challenge and an adventure, you know, Dakar is life-changing. It doesn't matter whether you're a mechanic, whether you're a driver, whether you're someone watching it. South Africa is one of the biggest new entrants on the Dakar Rally. To have another team, to have another South African driver, it just further takes the credibility of the cars, the teams, and also the championship, which has fostered the development of these vehicles.
The Ford Racing Ranger has been a revelation, performing admirably during some 2,500 kilometers of race-pace testing.
Yeah, to be honest with you, the vehicle is excellent. It's unbelievable.
Yes, it's been even better than I expected. It really, really performs well.
My first impression is very good. We are happy with the test, and I think it's very good test for the first test.
The conditions are good for testing?
The condition is very good. For example, the river is very similar part of Fiambalá in Argentina. It's very hard stage. The dunes are some part similar to Nieuwil. It's very big dunes in Nieuwil.
I must say it's quite tricky, especially on the hard surfaces. Although, and in going into the dunes,
we couldn't have wished for more. It's a place where there's absolutely everything. There's the big dunes, small dunes, riverbeds, rocks, hard, rough terrain. Really, really fantastic. So we're very, very happy we came here.
It's no fluke that the Dakar Spec Ranger is showing such tremendous promise. The vehicle is closely based on the Ford Ranger Visser and Badenhorst campaign in the South African Cross Country Championship. Engineered to world-class standards, the Ranger is one of a new generation of bakkie-based racing machines set to challenge for Dakar victory. Alvarez finished 5th in the 2012 Dakar and was lying 3rd overall this year before being sidelined. His experience and local knowledge will be critical to the Ford Racing team's Dakar hopes, as will be efficient logistics. How important is it for a team like this to have a European base like the one you're offering?
It's not possible to do Dakar at the highest level if you don't have it. And Dakar is still primarily a French organization. It's just whether it's the organizational side of things, the boats leave from Europe, so you're not paying extra freight. The 6x6 trucks are in Europe. It just makes life a lot easier, and especially on a vehicle like this, there are a lot of South African components, but a lot of specialist components.
While the experience and technical input of Alvarez will be invaluable, success on the Dakar relies heavily on teamwork. There's a strong sense of team spirit, even after more than a week in the heat and the dust of the Namib.
This is a team event, and without us all working as a team, the car, the navigators, the guys at home booking the air tickets, ordering the nuts and bolts, this team won't work, and I'm really, really excited about that. I think we've got a fantastic team, and I'm very proud of them.
The team's hard work is reflected in the pace and reliability of the Ford Racing Ranger displayed during the test. The Mustang-powered machine was hammered relentlessly during the 10-day session, yet didn't suffer a single major failure. Despite speeds of up to 170 kilometers an hour in hot and humid conditions, over terrain varying from thick sand and towering dunes to rocks and ruts, the Ranger didn't miss a beat. But does it have what it takes to win the Dakar?
Maybe not this year, but in 2 years is a car for fight the first place in the Dakar.